So they tend to stay a little hidden behind the brush. Don't always really get a clear view of them like this. Now you might notice the stripes on their legs, kind of like a zebra's stripes. However, an okapi is the cousin of a giraffe. That's their closest relative. If you notice its head, really long and thin, so very similar in shape to a giraffe's head at least. They might look pretty different at first, but they have a lot of similarities. Now there's a watering hole on the left up ahead, and then some animals up ahead as well. Now animals always gather near watering holes, so not surprising to find some pretty close. These tan forest antelope are called greater kudu. These ones are some females. Males are going to have horns, females don't, so a really easy way to tell them apart. They are a good example of natural camouflage. So you can see that coloring blends them in really, really well. They're almost invisible at first, especially if they lay down or stand still. Sometimes you don't even notice they're there. Look at the black rhino over there. Actually, there's two of them to see. So there's one a little further back, and check out this one's a little bit closer. You can see that size a little better. They weigh about 3,000 pounds. They can charge at 35 miles an hour, so they can be a little aggressive. You don't want to really get too close to a black rhino, but still really amazing to see just because there are less than 5,000 in the whole world, so they are very rare.
Thank you.
This other type of forest antelope, these are bongos, a little darker in color, but still natural camouflage as well. You can see a baby bongo up there in the group too. Now both the males and females have horns. It's a little different than the greater kudu, but the male's horns are usually much thicker, so that's one way you can tell them apart. They can reach about 3 feet in length, those horns. We're going to move a little deeper into the forest, make our way down the bank of the Safi River, see if we can spot any animals in that area. Now, one of the types of animals we usually get pretty lucky to see are Nile hippopotamus. Well, let's see if we can spot a couple in the river here. They're about 5,000 pounds, so even bigger than a black rhino. And that big body kind of overheats easily, so they have to stay in the river for the most part during the day. Let's check there first. Usually they'll be totally submerged. You might see just their nostrils peeking out, or maybe just their backs. No. So let's take a look here. Any kind of bubbles we might see. Wow, look at that group over here on the left. So a group of hippos is called a float. That's what we can see here for sure. They can hold their breath for about 8 minutes before they need air. Stay down there for really long. There's a baby hippo right here. So the hippo that's kind of closest to us, close to the shore, just on the left. That is a little baby right there. It's totally submerged there, so I hope you guys can see at least the shape. This baby hippo is actually nursed under the water, so that might be what's going on over there. Babies are around 50 to 100 pounds right when they're born, and obviously they just get a little bigger from there. Now these are pink-backed pelicans on the islands here. Their name is from the color they get during mating season. Their wingspan can reach about 9 feet as well. Another hippo you can see there. Now hippos are going to be in the water for the most part, but they'll come out on the banks when they're hungry, come out to graze on the grass, which is the main staple of their diet. So hippos are herbivores, they just eat plants.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Now these are not herbivores, these are some carnivores down here, Nile crocodiles. Crocodilian. Their jaws are so strong they can crush the bones of any that crosses their path, including animals a lot bigger than themselves. So we'll just let them enjoy their day and we'll head on our way. Now we're going to leave the forest and you're going to notice the trees thinning out. That's because we're going to head into the savannah, a big open grassland, a totally different landscape. Also the home to some of Africa's most famous and recognizable animals. Now you might spot a couple familiar faces out there if you haven't already. One of the trees we do see in the savannah is a baobab tree. This one on our right here. Pretty cool looking with that giant trunk, leafless branches. They go leafless about 9 months out of the year, and they just do that to conserve water. All right, welcome to the Savannah Overlook. Pretty decent view up here, I would say. You can already see some of the most recognizable animals of them all. Some giraffes, also the tallest mammals in the whole world. A group of giraffes is called a tower, pretty fitting term. And in that opening in the brush back there on the right, that's a herd of wildebeest, white-bearded wildebeest. They have the largest herds of any mammal in the entire world. You can see a pretty decent group back there. Maybe we can get a clearer view as we head down the road. Let's see what other animals we can spot as well. Maybe we'll get a close look at the giraffes as well. Oh, there's one wolf on the path there. This tan antelope is called a Patterson's eland. And a Patterson's eland is the largest antelope in the entire savanna. This one's a female, so not as big as the males. They can reach about 6 feet at the shoulder and can weigh 2,000 pounds. So the females are definitely a bit smaller than that, but still a really massive type of antelope. On the left over here are some of the predators of the savanna. They're called African wild dogs. A couple more, they're kind of spread around this area here. They are the most successful hunters in all of Africa because of their ability to hunt as a pack. So you always find them in a big group like this. Yeah, it's kind of in the center there by the tree. You might hear them called painted dogs because of those beautiful and colorful coats that they have. On the left are a couple sable antelope with a chestnut coloring. A sable antelope is the official emblem of the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. So you're going to see those antelope on our signs and logos. How close that giraffe is there.
متعشين ربي يخلقهم.
Worst case scenario.
Didn't get him? I bet you that's it. Now we're meeting somebody. We have an appointment, so I have a lot of signal in them. Right, it's all computerized.